Okay, next step on chairs. I'm going to show you the finished product of the... So I hesitated on the last video about what was my next step. And that was, I realized as I thought about it, it's like I want to make sure I get the seat scooped out in case there's any issues. It's not glued together. So the scalloping and the sanding and all the rest is once all of the work is done to it and it's ready to go. So here's the finished product. I mean, here's a seat that's been scooped out. It may be really hard to tell. You know, there's a little bit of a... It'll show up more in the finished product. But I'm going to just highlight how I go about it. So here's, this was a jig that was on the last couple rounds, and I just didn't like it. I was doing a pattern bit in the little trim router, that little guy. And it's just, there's a lot of blade coming down. I didn't like it. I get a little vibration. So I spent about 45 minutes this morning. I remade a jig, a guide jig. So I marked the chair. Oh, everything. I marked the chair out, all the sides, all the backs, so everything gets referenced back into it. This now lifts out as a unit. Sure it does. Nope, it does. See? So now this whole back comes out. I'll mark all of that, and then I'll glue this together as a unit, and then it'll just pop back into the... Let me set this down. So now I've got my chair. I put it up on the workstation. I'll orient this properly, and then I'll take the trim router with a 5/8 bit. It's only sticking down maybe 1/8 of an inch, and it'll create a channel in there. And then I start. It gives me my depth and the pattern, and then I come in. I'll use this Ryobi grinder with this 24 grit carbide. It really removes material, but it leaves some serious gouges, so I'm not going as far with that. I kind of stop, and I'll show all this. I'm going to do a short on each step, and then I come back in with the flap wheel, 60 grit, slowed down on a grinder, and I actually get all of the pattern, all the smoothing done, and then it's just a matter of a 60 grit coming in and getting rid of all the scratches that puts in, and actually shaping, and that's you know, does a major work. And then I'm going back from there, so then an 80 goes in and clean up all those scratches. And once you leave 80, you're starting to polish, so you gotta make sure everything is all the scratches are gone once you get beyond that. And then I finish it with 100, and then I end up with this is the point that I'm happy with, and I'll work that from here. There's a next step that I do with just the seat. So I scallop, I do irregular cuts, I mark where that cross member is because I don't want to get rid of this material. Go all the way around, all that gets sand, and I actually burn all this so it actually darkens. And I do the underside a little bit, not a lot, but I do it. And sand the backs. And then this all gets glued together as a base. So, okay, I'm going to do some shorts, you know, some action of me actually grinding away. You see a little bit of the technique, how I use the tool. Is so much of it is just getting a feel for what the tool is doing and the wood, and And, you know, it all comes with experience. The more you do it, the better you get, and the better the results get. But you got to just go at it. You got to not be afraid, because it's only wood, right? All of this is just you just do it. Okay, I will put the next chair up, and I'll do a short showing the start of the routering and all the rest. And so, okay, bye.